morning, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. It is definitely a hair wash day. I don't know if you can tell, but my hair is super greasy and it's Tuesday, October 1st. Woo! I'm gonna get changed and take Elsa on a walk. It's beautiful out and I know it's going to rain later, so let's get changed. That didn't work. All right, so I'm wearing my 1989 Taylor's version sweater, pair of blue pants I've had for forever, Stevens Yoda socks, and I'm gonna put on a little jacket because it's a little bit cold outside. I haven't done my skincare or anything, but I just wanna take Elsa on a quick walk, go down to the water, and then come back, shower, wash my face, do all that good stuff, and then have lunch with Steve. So let's go on a nice fall walk. I changed into my Pop Flex sweater because it has pockets and I want to be able to carry stuff, but I love these pants. I haven't worn them in a minute. Okay guys, so when I got back home from the walk, I made some lunch and I just want to hop on here and say no promises that I will keep to my word about posting every day leading up to Halloween. I am, however, going to try my very best. Halloween is my favorite day of the year and I love October, so I'll try to take you along with me. All right guys, so I just had lunch and I had to show you guys the makeup palette that I got in the last vlog. I showed you guys. I went to Winners with my friend Amber and we both got these makeup palettes. I forget if she got both or if she just got the one, but I got the contour as well as the multi-use palette, and this one's called According to Plan. It's a cream contour palette, so I'm gonna try it out. And then there's also this one called Why So Blue, and they're both from Beauty Creations, but I got them at Winners, and they're Corpse Bride themed, and Corpse Bride is my favorite movie of all time. So while I get ready, I am also going to answer some questions you guys asked me in the last few vlogs ago that I forgot to answer. So let me just go get my iPad. Okay, first question, first pair of pointe shoes, what to look out for. I would highly suggest when you go to your first pointe shoe fitting, just listen to the pointe shoe fitter and be honest with how they're feeling, because you might have an idea of what you want, but maybe it doesn't feel the best, or maybe the shoes that they think looks really good doesn't feel the best on your feet. So you really have to, you know, feel good in the shoes, but they also have to look good. So it just takes communication when it comes to your first pointe shoe fitting. And I would also highly suggest getting a pointe shoe fitting if you haven't already, if you're starting pointe. Have you always had nice feet and arches, or do you have to work at stretch at them? Have you always had nice feet / arches, or did you have to work to stretch and strengthen them? That was hard for me to say. Yes and no. I always had like my bone structure, which I guess I don't have like flat feet. I do have an arch, but they weren't the most flexible when I was younger. So I definitely worked on them a lot. My parents can attest to that. I would stretch like nearly every single night watching TV. And I remember putting my foot like underneath the couch, doing that classic couch stretch. So I definitely stretched them out a lot, and I also strengthened them because I loved ballet so much and it was my life. And when I got home from school, I would sit, watch TV, and stretch. So I would say a mixture of both. Like I naturally had the kind of bone structure that made it easy for me to go on pointe, for example. I had flexible ankles to begin with, but not to the point where they are now. So I started with, I guess, high arches and naturally more than normal flexibility. And then I worked hard to get where I am today. Just wanted to hug and congratulate you for working hard. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. What do you eat in a day? Oh my goodness, it ranges. It really truly depends on what I have in the house and like if I've gone grocery shopping recently, because lately I've been so busy I haven't had time to go grocery shopping. The last time I went to Costco was like 2 weeks ago, so we haven't truly had that much in the house. I did go grocery shopping I think on Friday when Steve was gone, so I got some like frozen stuff, but I know we're also not going to be around on the weekend because we're going to a wedding. I didn't really get that much because I know that we won't be around to enjoy it. I mean, I guess I could keep it around because we do have somebody watching the pets for us. But anyways, it depends on the day and I just eat what I feel like. The only restriction I have is I am a vegetarian. I used to be vegan. Vegetarian. I'm still like 99% vegan, I would say. I don't eat dairy or eggs often, but because I traveled so much, it was really hard to maintain the lifestyle and it didn't work for me. I needed more protein. I realized I was getting injured a lot. I didn't have the time to research and prepare things as much as liked to, whereas vegetarianism is something I'd been doing since I was 14. So I was used to that. So I'm like mostly vegan, but I wouldn't call myself a vegan. I would call myself vegetarian still. But yeah, I don't have any restrictions in terms I eat as a vegetarian. I eat pasta, I eat pizza, I eat vegetables, I eat bagels, I eat bread, sandwiches, eggs every once in a while, beans. Breakfast, I usually like to have a bagel. I just love bagels so much and I can't not. They're so good. I used to have oatmeal a lot, but I got kind of sick of it. And I kind of go through like phases where I'm obsessed with one thing and then I get sick of it. So it truly depends on what phase I'm in. So then lunch-wise, I try to always have a healthy balanced meal of vegetables, protein, carbs. Like today I had tortellini and it was vegetarian tortellini. And then on the side, I think we had some vegan beef, simulated beef, some veggies and some potatoes. And then for dinner, we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you want to see like a what I eat in a day. I am not a like registered dietitian or anything. So I would highly recommend talking to your doctor or registered dietitian before taking any advice on the internet. I'm just transparent with you guys with what I do in a day. This works for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for anybody else. It works for me. Go listen to your doctors and dietitians and healthcare experts before doing anything new is all I want to say. How did you become a professional dancer and how is the way to get there? So I became a professional dancer through going to ballet school, and then through that I did get the opportunity to guest in some places, and then that kind of branched me out into Europe, and I could go to auditions easier because I was already there working and I had connections with other people I had gone to summer intensives with. Like I had been to the San Francisco Ballet School, I had been to the Southland Ballet Academy, and some of the connections that I made with people there I carried on through to adulthood, and I got to stay over with them and I got to get auditions with the companies that they were in because I knew them and the directors trusted them. So I would say it has a lot to do with connections, but also your resume and your experience more so than like what school you went to. It definitely depends on also how you pick up choreography. So if you're someone that's interested in becoming a professional dancer, let me know and maybe I can make like a series on how to do auditions. I already kind of did that, like audition tips and how to do a resume, a CV, how to film audition videos and stuff like that. So let me know because I would have liked to have used that when I was younger. Tips for middle splits and how to get beautiful feet and maximize your turnout. So in terms of technique tips, I will just put like a playlist of my technique tips here because I've posted so many of those and I think they're really useful for these kinds of questions. Where were you a professional dancer at? I was in Romania and I was also in Germany. I went around all over Europe and did some like guest artist stuff. Like I also went to Vienna in one company. Actually, it was just outside of Vienna. It was in St. Polten. I did like a tour with them. It was so much fun. So lots of different places. What brand Pointe shoes do you wear? I wear Gainer Mindens right now. I kind of flip-flop between Freed Studio Pro, Freed Classic Pro, and Gainer Minden, and I'm on my Gainer Minden kick right now. How can I do 4 pirouettes? I can only turn 2. So once again, I'm going to send you to my technique tips video because I definitely have a pirouette prep and pirouette exercise video there. But I would say when it comes to doing more than 2, you obviously have to continuously practice clean doubles, then working your way towards clean triples. The only difference between a double and a quad is that you need a bit more momentum. You need to utilize your plie to get that momentum so you're not swinging your arms, and you need to be able to sustain the balance and the rotations, right? So that's why I need more momentum because you're doing more rotations in a similar amount of time because it's hard to continue turns. This is physics. It's hard to continue turns because eventually you'll just like stop turning. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Like the friction of the floor will stop you, and I don't know how it exactly works, but it is physics, it is science, but eventually your momentum will stop, right? So you have to be able to turn quickly if you want to get more turns in. Otherwise, you could be perfectly on balance, but you could do like 2 turns and be perfectly on balance and you don't make it around because the friction on the floor stops you or the momentum stops you. So making sure you're turning quickly, getting into your positions quickly, utilizing your plie, and keeping clean with your technique. How do you stay in the dance environment without being a ballerina anymore? So I'm a dance teacher and I choreograph, and that's pretty much it. That's all I do now. I dibble dabble in a couple of other things like retail jobs. Sorry, there's something in my eye. I'm also a personal trainer as well as a flexibility coach. Oh my God, there's still something in my eye. There we go. Oh my gosh, it was a giant fluff. So yeah, there's lots of different options. It doesn't seem like that when you're in ballet school. It seems like the end all be all is a professional dancer, and there's so many other routes that you can take. Why did you quit ballet? I'm gonna send you to the video on why I quit because that explains it all much better than I can do right now. But in short, money, mental health, wanting to settle down eventually one day, and again, money. Not everything's about money, but like a lot of things in life, especially as you get older, are like plays a huge role in it. I'm not gonna lie. And I was getting paid $1,000 a month, and that was not going to be survivable anymore, especially if I wanted to settle down one day and start a family or own a home or own a car. Like, what do you think about the new Gainer Lyras? Personally, I didn't like them. I haven't tried them. I'm not gonna lie, I have not tried like any new Gainer Minden shoe. I've had the same Gainer Minden shoes for like 2 years. But because I don't dance as frequently as I used to, I have not been going through shoes as often as I used to. So I haven't tried them, but let me know if I should. Which variation do you enjoy the most? Oh my gosh. It definitely fluctuates because I love Esmeralda just because I did it recently. And every time I revisit a variation or try a variation or learn a new variation, it makes me appreciate it more because you learn more about it. You learn more about the character. You learn more about the style. You get to practice and become that character and engulf yourself in their experience. So I really liked Esmeralda. I also like Sleeping Beauty, especially Act 2 Sleeping Beauty in the dream scene. And I love anything Swan Lake. So any variation in Swan Lake is my favorite automatically. How to deal with audition nerves. That is a great one because obviously auditions are nerve-wracking. You're like putting your best foot forward and putting yourself out in front of strangers, and you're in a room full of other people who are doing the same thing and trying to aspire towards the same thing and competing against you for the same thing. So it's definitely nerve-wracking. So I don't blame you for being nervous because I was obviously incredibly nervous when I was auditioning. One thing that really helped me when I was auditioning was making sure that I had myself set up beforehand, whether that was getting my water filled up, making sure my leotard, my tights, and everything was lined up the night before, making sure I was prepared, my hair was in place, not a hair was flying out. Just those little things to make yourself feel prepared can really put you at ease versus going in totally not feeling prepared. Also, the night before, like just stretching lightly. I'm not saying like go to the gym and do a huge workout and tire yourself out. Rest and listen to your body, but like do a little stretch. Make sure that your body feels good. Notice like, oh, I'm a little bit tight in this area. Maybe I can massage it out, you know? So I like to do that when I was auditioning. I also liked to have something planned for after, whether the audition went poorly or well, then I could look forward to something at the end, and it could either be celebratory or kind of like that energy. Do you know what I mean? Like just let loose and enjoy whatever is after because I made it through it, you know? So it's still celebratory in the end. I hope those tips helped, but let me know if you want a separate video on that as well. Have you ever done hip hop ballet? No, but I did do hip hop dance when I was a competitive kid, and I was not good at it. How often do you buy a new pair of Pointe shoes? Okay, so when I was a professional dancer, I definitely could have gone through a pair like a day or every few days, or at least a few pairs a week. But now, like I said, I haven't worn a new pair in months probably, and I've been going between 3 different pairs, and not as often as I used to, but I used to go through them quite frequently. So I have not done any of my makeup because I really want to take my time and enjoy the makeup and show you guys what I'm using. But I also want to answer, and I can't do 2 things at once. How long did it take you to get on Pointe since you started ballet? So I remember wanting to go on Pointe when I was younger, and I was told I wasn't ready. So I waited a little bit, and I didn't go on Pointe until I was like, I think I just turned 14. Also just opening the contour palette. Oh, there's a dog hair in it already. Love that for me. Okay, so I think I am going to start digging into this contour palette. I need to go get a brush because I want to start like contouring out. I don't know, maybe I start with my eyes. Like this white shade is so bright, but maybe it will make my eyebrows stand out nicely. It's very creamy. It's really nice. Like quality's good. I haven't done contour in so long, oh my goodness. Wow, it's been so long since I've done this kind of stuff. Okay, I like that. I need to go get a contour brush though, because I don't trust myself using my fingers to contour. And I definitely want to try using one of the darker shades to add some like nose contouring maybe. I haven't done that in a while. Okay, so I've got this like, I think it's like a highlighter brush. I haven't used it in a while. I should probably clean it before I use it, but maybe I'll just apply some of the contour with like this beauty blender and then blend it in with this brush. I don't really know. I'm not the best at makeup, but I'm going to use one of the darker shades, but not the super dark one, just in case it's too dark. Although the Milk contour that I used to use was about that dark shade, so maybe I'll use that for my nose. Oh, okay, it's actually really dark. Let's see. Okay, that's not crazy though. That's definitely how dark the contour was from Milk, so it's not crazy. We'll just use the same beauty blender in the end to blend it out. Okay, continuing on the questions. What ballet school did you go to? So I went to National Ballet School of Canada, and I also did exchange programs while I was there. Like I went to San Francisco Ballet School, like I mentioned. I also went to Southland Ballet Academy, and before that I went to a studio in my hometown, and I loved it. It was so much fun. Also, this makeup smells good, low-key. Okay, it's blending nicely. You have bunions. Absolutely, I do, and they're horrendous, especially on my right foot. I don't know what it is, but my right foot, I have a ginormous bunion. TMI. Do pointe shoes hurt a lot? How to soften half pointe shoes. All right, so when it comes to pointe shoes, they don't hurt a lot. I think narrative that pointe shoes ruin your feet and they hurt so bad isn't true. Like, it was true to a point before technologies came out, and actually your feet are well protected in pointe shoes nowadays. You know, it depends on how many hours you dance, obviously. Like someone who dances 8 hours a day, 6 hours a day is going to have a different experience than someone just does a pointe class once a week or twice a week for 30 minutes or an hour, you know? Plus you kind of get used to the feeling, and like I said, the technologies that they have in pointe shoes nowadays is so different than even when I was in school, because now they have all these different kinds of like cool toe spacers and whatnot. So I would say they don't hurt a lot. They're definitely not the most comfortable shoe, and yes, some shoes don't fit that well. That's why it's so important that you go to a proper pointe shoe fitting and you're honest and you're transparent and you're communicative with what shoes feel good and what don't, because if you get a pair of shoes that don't fit your feet well, they are going to give you blisters. I think that's all I'm going to answer for now because I really want to do my makeup. So there's so many shades in this. I love the colors. Now there is a legend on the back. The little heart ones are not intended for eye use, but like, so what? I don't know. I'm going to use this pink on my eyelids today because I don't know, I'm feeling angelic, and it's so like metallic-y. Let's do a little swatch. It's really hard to get this angle. It's really pretty. My nails are also kind of matching right now. The fact that they're like blue and shimmery, and they're the kind of like Corpse Bride blue color. Oh my god, I love this color. It's so pretty. I'm actually quite impressed with the quality of this, and it was not expensive. I mean, it doesn't like stick on as well. I probably should have done something as like a base, or at least done the primer. I forgot to put my eyeshadow primer on. That's okay, it's too late now. Now, this butterfly shade is not intended for use of eyes, but it's so pretty. I'm gonna use the shade Emily, this one. Come on, like, that is so pretty. It's just gonna be so many sparkles on my eyelid right now. And that's exactly what I'm going for. Just glitter galore. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay, I am obsessed. Obsessed. Okay, obsessed. Definitely obsessed. Sorry, I just said obsessed so many times. Okay, I think Baby's Breath will be good to use as like a highlighter. I haven't done highlighter in a minute. That's so pretty. Shut up. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Stop. That's so pretty. Oh my goodness. A little bit of that. What do you guys think? Just blend that in a bit. Oh my goodness. I love how shimmery this is getting. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara. I'm totally out of the Pharmacy Green Clean as well. Green Clean, I don't really know, but I just ordered some off Amazon because it is the only makeup remover that truly removes waterproof mascara, and waterproof mascara is the only mascara I can really use because it actually stays on my eyelashes. Other mascaras I find do not stay, so I ordered some of that as well as some cotton balls and nail polish remover so I can repaint my nails, because I realized I'm going to a wedding this weekend and the dress that I'm going to pick out I don't think goes with the nails, because it's like a fall wedding. I was gonna wear a blue dress, and then I was like, you know what, the blue dress is strapless, and just in case it's a bit chilly, I don't want to be like freezing, so I'm gonna wear one that has sleeves, and it's purple, and I don't think it goes with this because it's like a deep purple that's like silky, and I can show you guys later. But wow, well, thanks for sitting with me and hanging out with me. I feel like I've been sitting on this floor for like 30 minutes. Probably has been. Time for the eyelashes using the Urban Decay Big Bush Brow. Like, look at all those colors. It feels like unicorn colors on my eyeballs right now. So pretty. I need to do a better job at blending out the highlighter, but like the way it hits the sun right now, I don't know if you guys can see how shimmery it is on the camera, but I'm living my best life. That is the finished look. I might put some lipstick on too, because why not? I'm feeling extra fancy today. I don't know what that accent was. Some MAC and some Anastasia Beverly Hills, I think? Or is it Lancome? I lied. I just like mixing these two, so the pink is less like in your face pink. And that's that. That is my final look. Okay, I'm gonna go get ready to teach. I have my student in like half an hour. Ooh, I almost fell.